What if everything you thought you knew about King Tutankhamun was only half the story? For decades, the boy king has been immortalized as a fragile figure buried in unimaginable riches. But what if there's more to his legacy than meets the eye? Now, nearly a century after Howard Carter's groundbreaking discovery, King Tut's treasures are again making headlines, this time with revelations that could rewrite history. Scientists armed with cutting-edge technology are peeling back the layers of myth to uncover a side of Tutankhamun never seen before. Not just a boy pharaoh, but a commanding leader, a warrior who shaped the ancient world. In a breathtaking exhibition featuring all 5,398 artifacts from his tomb, these hidden secrets are coming to light in a state-of-the-art museum. This is the story of King Tut's treasures, hidden secrets rediscovered, where history and science collide to reveal the truth behind the mask. Tutankhamun, the legendary boy king of ancient Egypt, still holds mysteries that fascinate the world. Now, researchers are conducting the most comprehensive forensic study ever on his 5,000 treasures, hoping to redefine our understanding of his life. Among these objects, 3 stand out. A mysterious dagger found with his mummy, golden chariot decorations meticulously reconstructed, and fragments of a peculiar armored tunic. Together, these artifacts may reveal a side of Tutankhamun long overlooked, that of a warrior king. The story begins on November 6, 1922, in the Valley of the Kings. British archaeologist Howard Carter, after years of fruitless searching, uncovered a nearly untouched tomb. As he peered into the burial chamber, he described a dazzling scene. Treasures piled high, untouched by human hands for over 3,000 years. These items, now on display in Cairo's museum, have shaped our perception of Tutankhamun as a young, pampered ruler who met an untimely end. Yet, this image is based on only a fraction of his treasures. Most of the artifacts, hidden in museum storage for decades, are finally coming to light, and they tell a different story. At the Grand Egyptian Museum, state-of-the-art technology is giving experts unprecedented access to all 5,000 objects from Tutankhamun's tomb. Egyptologists like Dr. Chris Naunton and Professor Salima Ikram are re-examining these treasures, piecing together a fuller picture of his life. What they're finding is extraordinary. Weapons, chariots, and even an advanced suit of armor. These weren't toys for a child. They were the tools of a seasoned warrior. Though often called the Boy King because he ascended the throne at 9, Tutankhamun was an adult by ancient Egyptian standards when he died at 19. The romanticized image of a fragile, inexperienced ruler no longer holds. One treasure in particular, a small dagger, has revealed an astonishing secret thanks to advanced technology. Soon to be displayed at the Grand Egyptian Museum, this dagger's origin is truly out of this world. Unlike the other glittering objects, this blade offers a glimpse into the young king's warrior spirit. Its golden handle, inlaid with precious stones, and a crystal pommel suggest it was more than just a tool. It was a symbol of status and power. Encased in a golden sheath, adorned with intricate floral patterns, the dagger was clearly treasured by the boy king. But its true importance lies not in its craftsmanship, but in the material of its blade: iron. In Tutankhamun's time, iron was rarer than gold, as smelting techniques would not arrive in Egypt for centuries. For decades, the origins of the dagger's iron were a mystery. Traditional analysis methods, which could damage the artifact, made investigation impossible. However, with advanced X-ray technology, researchers recently discovered its secret. The blade contains an unusually high proportion of nickel, a hallmark of extraterrestrial iron. This dagger was forged, not from earthly metal, but from a meteorite, a celestial gift. Egyptologist Aidan Dotson speculates that Tutankhamun likely knew of its heavenly origins. To him, this dagger was no mere weapon, but a divine artifact, a symbol of cosmic power and connection, a fragment of the stars resting in the hands of a king. Among the treasures Howard Carter unearthed in 1922 were 6 chariots, carefully dismantled and neatly stacked in the antechamber. Beneath them, thousands of tiny gold flakes shimmered faintly in the dim light. Unable to decipher their significance with the tools of his time, Carter meticulously preserved the fragments, leaving their mysteries to be unraveled by future generations. Today, those seemingly insignificant fragments have been brought back to life. Over decades, renowned conservator Dr. Christian Ekman painstakingly reassembled more than 70 intricate gold panels, once decorating Tutankhamun's chariots. These breathtaking designs, adorning the harnesses of 6 leather chariots, showcase the young pharaoh not merely as a ruler of Egypt, but as a sovereign who sought to dominate the world stage. The delicate craftsmanship of these panels tells a tale of ambition and spectacle. Egyptologist Professor Salima Ikram deciphers the symbols etched into the gold, unveiling motifs that extend far beyond Egypt's borders. These foreign influences suggest Tutankhamun's desire to project himself as a global leader, a warrior king who commanded respect and fear across the ancient world. His vision of dominance is vividly reflected in the reconstructed chariots, one of which will soon grace the Grand Egyptian Museum. For Egyptologist Chris Naunton, closely examining these artifacts offers a rare glimpse into the mind of a boy king with extraordinary aspirations. Every detail from the digital models preserving the chariot's fragile condition to the meticulous restoration of the panels speaks to the care taken to protect this legacy. Yet beneath the artistry lies a more sobering narrative. The panels depict graphic scenes of brutality, bound captives with distinctive features and costumes of Egypt's enemies from the north and south. These images underscore Tutankhamun's power and ruthlessness in maintaining control over his borders. Armed with his celestial iron dagger and surrounded by symbols of his authority, he presented himself as a fearsome warrior. But as we admire the golden splendor of these artifacts, a question lingers. Were they genuine tools of intimidation, or a theatrical display to mask fragility? Deep within the tomb of Tutankhamun, among the countless treasures buried with the boy king, lay a mysterious armored tunic. For decades, this artifact was seen as little more than a ceremonial piece, a relic of tradition rather than practicality. But now, cutting-edge research at the Grand Egyptian Museum suggests it may hold the key to understanding Tutankhamun in an entirely new light. Could the young pharaoh, often portrayed as weak and inexperienced, have been a warrior prepared to fight for his kingdom? Lucy Skinner, an ancient leather specialist, is at the forefront of this investigation. For the first time in over 3,500 years, she is studying the intricate construction of the armor up close. Its design is unlike anything else found in ancient Egypt. Thousands of overlapping leather scales, meticulously crafted for strength and flexibility. Lucy's meticulous examination reveals something extraordinary. Each scale appears to have been created using a mold. This level of precision would have made the armor not just decorative, but fully functional, capable of protecting its wearer in battle. This discovery challenges the traditional image of Tutankhamun. For years, he has been depicted as a frail ruler, more of a figurehead than a force to be reckoned with. But Lucy's findings suggest otherwise. This armor was built for use, she explains, her voice charged with the weight of history. If true, this could mean that Tutankhamun was not just a ceremonial leader, but a warrior king, prepared to defend his throne. As Lucy works on the armor, Egyptologist Professor Salima Ikram uncovers another clue to the young pharaoh's life. Hidden for decades in the storerooms of the Cairo Museum, a bow once belonging to Tutankhamun has emerged. It is a finely crafted weapon, too elegant for the battlefield at first glance, but it speaks of a kingdom in turmoil. During Tutankhamun's reign, Egypt faced threats from every direction: Nubian uprisings in the south, Libyan incursions to the west, and the ever-advancing Hittites to the east. This turbulent era is reflected in the arsenal buried with the boy king, a collection of bows, arrows, shields, and even a celestial dagger forged from meteoric iron. Each item adds to a growing picture of a pharaoh who may have been far more than a passive ruler. Perhaps Tutankhamun was not just preparing for the afterlife, but equipping himself for battle during his short life. In one of the tomb's painted boxes, the young king is depicted in a chariot, leading his army into battle. For years, scholars dismissed these scenes as artistic exaggeration, but the recent discoveries, the functional weapons, the battle-ready armor, forced a re-evaluation. Could these images have been a reflection of reality? Could the boy king, immortalized as a fragile figure, have been a warrior all along? The answers may yet lie within the walls of the Grand Egyptian Museum. On the banks of the Nile, in the ancient city of Thebes, stands the awe-inspiring Luxor Temple, a place of sacred devotion and monumental ambition. Once the spiritual heart of ancient Egypt, this temple bore the marks of many pharaohs, including the young and enigmatic Tutankhamun. In his quest to solidify his legacy, Tutankhamun repurposed stones from earlier monuments, carving his story into history. But his tale, as archaeologists are uncovering, may be far more complex than once believed. For 2 decades, archaeologist Ray Johnson has painstakingly pieced together fragments of Tutankhamun's life through shattered depictions of battle scenes scattered across the temple. These once-lost images are now revealing a side of the young king that few imagined, one of a warrior, not a frail and passive figure. The walls of Luxor Temple tell grim stories, severed hands displayed on stakes, prisoners hanging from ships, and vivid accounts of military campaigns. Egyptologist Aidan Dodson argues that these aren't mere symbolic propaganda, but detailed records of Tutankhamun's actual battles. This evolving narrative challenges the long-held image of Tutankhamun as a sickly boy king, overshadowed by his youth and health struggles. Discoveries from his tomb tell a different story. His treasures include a celestial dagger forged from meteoric iron, sophisticated armor, and ornately decorated chariots. These artifacts paint the picture of a ruler equipped for war, prepared to defend his kingdom. Could Tutankhamun have been a warrior who actively led campaigns and never returned? The Grand Egyptian Museum is offering new insights that reshape our understanding of the young pharaoh. His remarkable arsenal, combined with the violent imagery on temple walls, hints at a tragic and heroic figure, a king who may have fallen in battle far from home. For centuries, Tutankhamun's mummy has been the subject of fascination and intense study. Theories about his untimely death range from malaria to septicemia or a fatal injury. Yet, Egyptologist Salima Ikram believes the true story lies in his hasty and unusual mummification. X-ray analysis reveals that his body underwent a rushed, 2-stage embalming process. Even more puzzling, his heart, essential for the afterlife, was missing. This startling omission suggests an emergency effort to preserve the pharaoh's body, possibly after his unexpected death, far from skilled embalmers. One theory gaining traction is that Tutankhamun perished during a military campaign in northern Syria against the Hittites. Such an end would fit the emerging image of a warrior king, eager to expand Egypt's influence. The treasures displayed at the Grand Egyptian Museum tell a poignant story of a young pharaoh prepared for battle. His celestial dagger, advanced armor, and chariot decorations suggest a bold leader unafraid to fight for his kingdom. If Tutankhamun indeed died on the battlefield, his story becomes not just one of power and mystery, but also of tragedy and heroism, a legacy forever etched in history. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment, and turn on post notifications to stay updated with our latest content. And we'll see you in the next one.